Well, hello there, Apple Bites. This is your Apple Bite, Rafael Tavares, talking to you straight from PowCon. Yes, right, PowCon. I'm Mario, and I'm powing it right out here. So, we are doing a take two with our friend here, Mark, because we discussed his book, Bayani, right?
Realest Bayani.
The last time, and the spirits and other things stopped it from happening. So, let our audience out there know, what is this? Why should they be interested?
Well, the Realest Bayani is the first Filipino street hero created by myself. I have artists in the Philippines. This book particularly has Yuri Pinzon. And the book basically is based in Tondo, Manila, which is one of the most, I would say, most gangster areas of the Philippines. And we're so accustomed to seeing New York settings, so I wanted to put the character in an urban setting based in the Philippines.
There you have it. Look, you have a Philippine hero, and it's in the Philippines. What more can you ask for? So, what's going on with your books? I know that you're saying the first one is sold out already?
Yes, the first one we sold out last year. We did a second run of it in Comic-Con, and after Comic-Con, we did well as well in PowCon. Finished all our books there. So now we're up to issue 2, where we have the hero finding his mask and gaining more of his path to become the hero.
And I hear you're working on book 3?
Yes, we're working on book 3. Artist Ralph Nochete at No Meat Comics. And right now, I'm really just looking forward to everybody catching on to where we've been going with the book. So follow us at The City Needs You.
So, we were talking before, and you were talking about how you learned a lot from what you did on the first book, on the second book. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
So with issue 1, it was my first debut as a creator, and I got a lot of feedback from the other readers that bought the book and supported, and they basically let me know where, what they liked about the book, and also where they needed a little, there needed to be a little bit more of a follow-up in the next issue. So in writing number 2, I basically filled up the loopholes of the story, as well as if anyone missed the issue 1 because it sold out in New York Comic Con, I basically followed up here with all of the information, and pretty much a good way of following up if you missed issue 1.
So that's great. That means that if you buy issue 2, you're not really missing too much from issue 1 because you're giving them a good roundup of the story.
Basically, yes.
So what were the plot holes that you said were there in the first issue?
So the first issue, I had so many ideas of where this universe was going, and I felt like I had thrown so many elements in the story without really focusing on just the main character. I basically kind of expanded too early with where other characters are coming in, and a lot of readers were looking for where Marlon was finding his path into becoming the Realest Bayani.
So in issue 2 you were able to fill those plot holes and just give the audience a little more depth.
So the Realest Bayani is based on my cousin who passed away. It follows a lot of his experience as an ex-gang member who basically cleaned up his act, and it seems like the streets pulls him back into a dilemma where he has to figure out the conflict of what the dilemma is, which is his mother owing a debt to a rival gang. So he ends up fighting for a rival gang in a underground tournament in Tondo, Manila, and in this tournament other things conspire which pull him into a much larger scheme for the character to be drawn into becoming a hero. It wasn't him just being a fighter in an underground fighting circuit. It became him finding his purpose in Manila as a hero.
There you have it. It sounds like an interesting book. You should pick it up. It's just something different. It's something that you might want to take a look at. And where do we see these heroes that look more like us? If you don't want to support, we won't see any more of those.
That's the whole point of why I created The City Needs You, because we don't see heroes like us, which is why I basically created a motto, which is be your own hero. And it guided me in a lot of ways, interestingly, to teach kids to kind of champion their cultural heritage, which is why the Realest Bayani comes into play. And most people don't know what Bayani means, which in Tagalog, the main Filipino dialect, it means hero.
There you have it. do yourself a favor, pick this up, and look for them. Oh, where can they find you if they're looking for you?
You can find me at the Realest Bayani or at The City Needs You.
What's the next convention you guys are doing?
The next convention, I was talking with somebody here today. You know, God has a really intricate way of connecting people that can really help you along your path. So I was speaking to him about MegaCon, and a future date as well would be somewhere around May, June in the Philippines at Comiket.
Yeah, that'd be a great idea. Take this to the Philippines.
Exactly.
Well, there you have it. You know where to find them. You know where to look for them. Do yourself a favor and do that.